Hey guys, it's Carson. So it is August. It's almost time to go back to school. I actually only have this week left, and then on Monday I go back. It is my senior year and I'm excited about it, but also nervous about all the things I have to do before I graduate. There's a lot. We're gonna get them done though. But today I wanted to show you what I keep in my backpack if I think I'm going to be able to get writing done, or if I think that there might be some free time in my schedule where I could work on my novel. These are the things that I like to have in my backpack at all times that would enable me to write anywhere, because we all know that life gets busy. So if I can capitalize on those moments where I would just be sitting and scrolling through social media and use those to write instead, then I would rather do that. So the first thing is obviously my backpack. It's just a North Face backpack. It has tons of room and pockets, and it's been my backpack since I started college, and it has served me very well. So obviously I will continue using it basically until it falls apart, because that's the kind of person I am. So step 1, get a backpack. Step 2, put your stuff in it. Anyway, the second thing that I think you absolutely need to write, which is another kind of a given, is your laptop. This is my laptop. It is a MacBook Air, and I pretty much keep it with me anyway because I'm a college student and I take most of my notes on it. So it sort of lives in my backpack during the school year, but I definitely make sure that it's in there if I think I'm going to be able to get writing done. I can write a lot faster on my laptop, and it's just easier to pull out and type than it is to necessarily find a piece of paper to write on, because you don't always want to write your novel in your bio notes or whatever it is. The third thing I think that is super important to have in your bag is kind of two different things, and it is one, a journal. If you're not a journaler, then that's cool too. You should always keep paper. I assume I don't have to show you paper because you have seen paper. Self-explanatory. This is my current journal, and I pretty much keep all sorts of miscellaneous things in here, random notes that I have, a piece of paper I have to turn in when I get to school. And I like to make sure that this is in my backpack at all times, especially if I think I'm going to be getting any writing done, because it provides a really easy and safe place for me to put random notes, things that I want to go back to look at, and it also is where I end up doing most of my plotting. That is an expansion on my outline. It generally goes in here. So I need it to reference as well as to use to write down random notes. And the thing that goes along with a journal or a piece of paper obviously is a writing utensil. So this is my pencil case. It's Kate Spade. It has strawberries on it, which is adorable because I'm obsessed with fruit. I recommend personally keeping a whole bunch of different writing utensils. Other people are not as crazy as me, so maybe you just need one pen and a pencil and you're good. I am not that person. I like a whole bunch of different supplies. I like to keep with me different color highlighters. I like to keep with me different colored pens. I also love to have different pen options. So if you have just like a regular ballpoint pen versus a gel pen, like I said, I tend to keep all of these things obviously in my pencil case. Oh yeah, you can have pencils too. I don't use pencils. I hate pencils. Fun fact about me. I also like to keep in my pencil case this little ruler, which is clear so you probably can't see it, but one thing that I love to do, especially when I'm writing on the go and I'm not necessarily around all of my things, my binders and notebooks and stuff like that that I would normally use to do some bigger plotting out sessions, I tend to be the person who has that spark of creativity, that important plot point finally figured out while I'm in the middle of class. So I like to have a ruler with me in case I want to draw out a little map. If you don't know, you're new to my channel, I write historical fiction, so I do a lot of stuff with maps and people going on journeys and things intersecting. So I pull this out more than I thought I would when I got it. So a ruler is helpful to have. The next things that I keep in my backpack if I think I'm going to be writing, probably should have gone in the beginning with my computer, but that is headphones. I like to keep the old school, like, plug into the computer headphones as well as wireless headphones because, I don't know, sometimes you're not in the mood to have them over my head. Is that just me? But like, it gives me a headache sometimes and I just don't want it on my head. So I like to keep both pairs of headphones with me, and odds are I am using one of them as I walk to and from different buildings on campus anyway. So I'm really only storing one pair in my backpack, which is how I let myself get away with being crazy and needing more than one thing to do the same exact job. The next things that I keep in my backpack at all times are post-it notes of various sizes. I love the square post-it notes for things that I just need to write down really quick. And I also love these bigger post-it notes, the ones that have lines on them, for when I want to do more plotting out, or if I have character notes and things like that that I know are not going to fit on one post-it note, because it drives me nuts if I have one post-it note worth of things, then I have to write like continued on the bottom, and then I have to put a 2 on the next post-it note. And I'm a disorganized person, so I'll be honest, when I do end up using these, I tear them off of the post-it note thing and I stick them on whatever I can find at the current moment, and then later I have to go back and collect them all from my various belongings and figure out why it was so important that I wrote down that specific thing and that specific time. So when I have bigger notes, the bigger ones come in handy to keep all of my thoughts on one page, so I'm not scrambling more than I usually am. The next thing is index cards. These are open, which is why they're all crinkly, because I literally go through index cards like a mad woman. I just bought 1,000 index cards when I went back to school shopping, and my family looked at me like I was a crazy person, but I swear to you I will use them. These are just regular index cards. I like the lined ones. I don't understand how people write without lines. I can't do it. Never been able to do it. So I like to keep lined index cards with me. These are great for scenes and things like that, especially because I am drafting and editing. So when I'm editing, I make index cards for each of my scenes. And if I already have index cards on hand and I know there's something I want to add to a scene, I just add it onto its own index card, because that way, it doesn't have the stickiness of the post-its, so it's not going to get stuck to anything if I want to throw it in with the rest of my index cards for my scenes. And B, it's already in the format that I'm already using, so I don't need to take other notes that I have, transfer it over to an index card, and then put it into my system, because if I had to do all of that work, let's be honest, it wouldn't get done, and then my potentially fantastic idea, or probably more likely my mediocre idea, would have gotten lost in the abyss of my chaotic life. So I have 2 more things that I always keep with me. The second to last thing I'm going to mention is my current outline. This is my current outline. I'm not going to show you because spoilers, but I keep this with me all the time, so I can always reference it. The same with the journal, where I plan out my plot points a little bit more detailed. I always want to have that, because the worst thing is when I have 2 hours between classes and I go to the library, I find my little nook, I sit down, I get all of my things out, put my headphones on, get my writing playlist going, and then I realized that I had finished the scene I was on the night before and I don't know where it's going. So I don't have my outline to reference, and I could be the only person who is like this, but I truly don't know what I ate for breakfast yesterday, so I for sure don't know what was supposed to happen in the next scene that I'm supposed to write in my novel. So I need my outline with me. I try to make sure that it's with me all the time, and I'm pretty sure that most people who carry a backpack, who are a college student, or just carry a backpack for work or what have you, you have a folder in there that you throw all of your crap in. So I throw this in with the rest of my crap. Is it a little bit bulkier? Yeah, but I always have it with me and it's on my computer, so when I'm in my dorm or I'm at home, I don't necessarily need to access it. But if I did need to access it physically, it is still always with me because there's no point where I leave my backpack somewhere that I'm not. Does that make sense? Yeah. And then the last thing that I make sure is in my backpack at all times if I think that I'm going to be getting any writing done, or really if I think I'm going to have to do any writing in any of my classes, is various hair accessories. Guys, you won't necessarily relate to this. I don't actually know how many guys watch my channel though, but girls, especially girls who have long hair, I'm sure you can understand. So I like to keep a myriad of accessories with me. I love a good scrunchie, especially when you're like, oh, the cute guy that I like for my math class is studying at the other table in the library. Like, I'm gonna put a scrunchie in my hair and it's gonna be super cute rather than throwing it up in one of these where I look like I just worked out for 7 hours, which I have never worked out for 7 hours, but I can imagine that it's not cute. And then I also love to keep a clip, which I was thinking about the other day. I'm not truly sure why I do like to keep these because it constantly falls out of my hair. I constantly have to readjust it, and yet I reach for this over those any day. So those are the things that I keep in my backpack all the time if I think I'm going to be getting any writing done. Let me know if you guys keep something with you that I didn't mention in this list. I would love to know, and I'll probably throw it in my backpack because accumulating things that I don't use seems to be my unpaid profession. Like, if someone could pay me to carry around things that nobody needs, I would be a millionaire. Somebody let me know if that's a job and if you're hiring, because I want to throw my application in. That's all that I have for you today. Be on the lookout for more school-related content from me as I go back to college. I will be making a couple more videos about my writing space at college and writing vlogs in the college atmosphere. If you enjoy that, if you guys are also multitasking writers and you have to work or go to school while you're writing, I will be showing you how I do it and how I don't do it some days. But thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to see more writing and reading content from me, please subscribe down below, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye.